I'm going to share what the Louie.ai team is calling vibes investigating. And I'll describe it as we go, but let's just kick it off. So I'm going to start with saying, hey, Louie, get 100 events from the Splunk red team 50K index. And vibes investigating is related to the notion of vibes coding that a lot of people are talking about from Andrej Karpathy from OpenAI. And in this case, instead of just like a Python coding environment, we're actually working in Louie, where for investigations, it's more about, I've got, like I'm working with Splunk, but I could be working with like Databricks SQL, Amazon Neptune Graph Database, or actually all of them. And you will be seeing me doing Python as well. But the important part was, yes, I could have written this Splunk, but the first part is I could just think more as an analyst and stay at my more, what do I want to do? I want to take a look at some pen testers, logs of pen testers hacking around a government network. And I want to kind of think more at that level. And so, yeah, I got the data out. I am confirming it is the right data logs dump that I want to work with. And more than that, I'm really focusing more on the fact that, okay, I've got, a bunch of labeled data. This case actually looks like I just got a bunch of non-pen testers. So red is labeled 0. And I have a bunch of columns, but there's some interesting ones like the computers and domains and, timestamps, types of activities. So a lot of times when I'm investigating, being able to see the data is a big deal. So tables are useful. So I'm called data frames here in this context. But other visualizations would like to do if they're easy. And Vibes investigations makes them very easy. So in this case, for example, draw a graph of all the computer and domain name columns. And instead of worrying about the exact Python charting library things to call, Louie's just generating the Python for me, and if I didn't like it, I can change it. The code looks reasonable. That's it's cool that I didn't have to know the API, and just as important, I could just look at the data to make sure it kind of makes sense to me. And so for this hypergraph, it's like this kind of basically all that's really saying is like, hey, for these columns in our logs, turn all of their unique values into nodes, like this computer or this domain name, and then just link them together. And if I click on one of the how they're linked, I could see the event or log line linking them. Great. That was really easy to check. And so, this is kind of roughly how I want to look at the data, but I don't have my full data pool, so I want to go back and get more data. So great. Now pull 1000 events and make sure red equals 1 this time. And so we want to get more of that data. And Louie, it's kind of neat. It's kind of like actually like a Jupyter notebook, except for you're kind of, you could write Python, but you do more vibesy. But it's also other differences. Like I could do stuff in parallel. So I could continue on while others. In this case, what I want to do is actually I want to combine my first 100 events, like use the Python code agent to combine our non-red team data with our new red team data into one taller data frame. So I want to kind of vertically stack them into one. So let's get that, and then presumably that'll work, and let's all just start working on coding the next cell while the AI does stuff. It's going too fast. It's running away from me. Okay. So actually, okay, it's already finished. Great. So I got now both the 0 red equals 0 and red equals 1. Actually, I see some sparse values. Let me make sure. Okay, it's just the values are sparse in general, but like other columns are filled out. So actually, now I could just do the visualization of the combined. So great. Do another hypergraph, same column settings, just now on this data frame. Let's go. So code again, it's got that same config. We didn't actually have to change anything, even if it's kind of this funny call. We have a lot more data. We don't have to always use conversational interfaces. Like, using the interactive UI is great too. And so in this case, let's say I want to do coloring. I can kind of click around. The important part is I'm just kind of working on analysts at that layer closer to what I want. And yeah, actually, if I wanted to care more and have specific colors, I might want to type to do it. In this case, it's pretty simple. So I would probably just point and click. And here what we see is now, for example, all the yellow events or yellow edges are a red team and all the brown are not. So we see, for example, the red team's mostly using this computer. They're actually using that account as well. And you can see kind of where the red team sort of starts intersecting with like their computers with others. So for example, other people are using this computer and the red team did reach it. And so it's kind of interesting to see where the red team reaches others. If I want to do a time analysis, I could have done that too. But anyway, what you're seeing is like, data pulls, data wrangling, data visualization, drill downs. Like if I wanted to pull out a username and, drill into it, I can make a new Splunk query. I could have, right? Likewise, automation. Oftentimes, as we do this analysis, like yes, I might want to share a link to this. It's kind of like a Google document, and someone else we can kind of pair together live or whatever. But later, I might want to now automate that flow, and so like can I make this into like a some sort of dashboard tool that somebody could put in a computer name and then get another one of these like 360s. Like it's with these tools, like you can just kind of work at that level, and if you do need to check what exactly code is going on or whatever, you can. But anyway, like this kind of working more in this like vibesy style has been pretty interesting. So stay tuned. We're going to be talking a bit more about it. Like we do care about things like correctness and automation and performance, and there's like a lot in like team stuff. So as we kind of work with different database partners and kind of new things coming to Louie, we'll be trying to share a bit more about how we're thinking about what's what works, what doesn't, and how to think about this stuff, and things that are surprising us and things that we're just excited by.